This is Yusha for Marka plugin, and in today's video we're going to recreate this cool email by Typeform. We're going to import this email as HTML from HTML code to Figma, then redesign it in Figma, and then export it with Marka Email Generator Figma plugin, and see how it works in real inboxes, such as legacy versions of Outlook, Gmail, and so on. So let's get started. It's a cool website called Really Good Emails, where you can get real email HTML code for some emails for some brands. And today we're going to use a source code of email of this email by Typeform and import it in Figma and see how it works. Okay, copy code, then go to the Figma, open Figma, run Marka Email Generator Figma plugin. This plugin helps you to build cool emails right in Figma and export it as HTML template. To import your code, simply click this icon, paste your HTML code here, click import HTML. And after that, you will get your editable email right in the Figma file that you can use as references or a source for your new emails. Because of email code, this works not perfectly. So its import code with Marka plugin works well when you need just text and images. To build email, I would recommend to do from scratch. So first, let's get started with this email and build from top to bottom and see how it works. The original email width is 640 pixels. So let's create this email. And first, let's start without auto layout. Simply build blocks and then add auto layout later. So first, it's a Vim browser URL. Then it's a logo. Let's create these blocks for each section, like in our original email. And first, let's start with this block with the logo on the top, image, and the text section with button below. So let's create a new frame, put all the content here, and turn it into the auto layout frame. To do so, simply select the frame with the content, then click on this icon, vertical, and now Figma applies auto layout to your frame with vertical alignment. It means all the content places on vertical align, and so you can arrange it with the, for example, keyboard. So let's set center alignment using this option, align top center. And now all the content placed on the center. Also, you have option to place content right aligned or left aligned, but for our case, we're going to use center alignment content. So let's go back to our original email. It seems like we have a logo, image, and text things. So let's wrap all the text content to a frame to add these paddings. To do so, simply select all the content and click this button, toggle auto layout. If you click on this button, Figma will wrap all the selected content into a new auto layout frame. Then let's add some border, some paddings and space between, and let's set for all the text center alignments like in our original email. So let's add a border radius to our frame, and then add some padding on the top. To add vertical padding on top and bottom, you can use this vertical padding option on the right sidebar in the same section, auto layout settings, like so. So now we have a first block. We can try to preview it in the Marka plugin already and see how it works. So let's try to do so. Select the plugin, select our first section, click on the preview button, and see. So it works well. It's a real HTML code. We can preview it how it looks on dark mode. So as you can see, logo is visible. It's important for the dark mode, especially it's important to place some backgrounds for your black logos and social icons. So it looks good to me, but for the header section, I think this text is too big for mobile size. So I'd recommend to set a special font size for mobile size. To do so, select the text, go to the properties section in the plugin, then go to this section mobile settings and apply some mobile font size. So click preview, click on this icon, and now it looks better. So we can do the same for the body text. Here the original size for 24, and I think it's too big for the mobile. So let's set 20, like so, and see how it works. And the last thing for the button. So we can, there are a couple ways how you can add links in the Marka plugin to the buttons. I would recommend to use a special button tag to add a link to button, to transform a frame into a button. You should select a frame with text inside, click the properties, switch to the button, and then by switching the frame type, you said for the plugin that plugin will use a special HTML text for the button, which works perfectly in legacy versions of Outlook and Gmail and so on. So click button, then switch. Here you can pass any link as you want to work as your button. This is how it works. Okay, next let's move to the second block with cart. So let's open our original mail. It's the same block, so we can create some. For example, we can create a component for these sections in Figma for this frame. I use frame, add text, and this text is going to be a link. Okay, first let's see how it works. It's a 2-column block. On the mobile, image will go on the top and text will go to the bottom, and it means when we need to create a frame for the text, horizontal, vertical alignment and container to the image, and then wrap it to horizontal container. So let's see how it works. First, it's going to be text. So let's wrap all the content, click this icon, and for all the text inside, I select all the text inside this frame. I would recommend to set fill container. Fill container, it's the best option to use in your email designs. And the next thing is to set hug content to this frame. So with hug content option, the height of the container will follow the okay to all the content. And as the next step, we have to set, as you can see for now, if I change a width, text not as expected, so let's set dynamic height for the text, select the text and set hack content for the text. 2. And now, if you try to resize a text, it works fine. So now we have a text, we have a frame, so let's wrap it into a new frame with horizontal alignment. To do so, select all the content, click on this icon, add some fields and border radius, some like it an original email, and for all the content inside, set also the option fill width. So with this option, all the content will take the half of the parent frame. And it's important to set vertical alignment horizontally for this frame. So without this, for example, as you can see, if you align on top or bottom, it works anyways. So let's try to preview this frame in our plugin, see how it works. To make it responsive on mobile version, to do so, select a frame, a container, a horizontal container of 2 columns. Double check that you have selected a parent frame. Then to the properties section, go to the frame and select cards option. If you enable cards option, all the content inside the marked frame will be placed on mobile version one above each other. So let's see how it works now. Now it works fine. Okay, we have a block. We could transform it into component and to use this component for the next options. To change an image, you can simply select an image, copy fill, then select this and paste your image like so, and change the content, text content. To add link to a text, and there are a couple of options. For example, you can use the Figma native features to add link, select the text, click on this icon and add link, or you can simply add link in the plugin. To do so, select the text, go to the properties and paste the link here, link URL. Let's see our original mail. So let's create this block. Let's copy paste our button and copy paste the text. Wrap this content into a new auto-layout frame with vertical alignment. Add fill color, border radius, some spacing. Now let's recreate this block. So I have select both items, then wrap it, select these two things, then click on this layout option, then add a fill container and add the same settings as we used in other blocks. Center alignment and fill container for the text. So the last step is footer. So let's get all the footer content. And set vertical alignment to all the content. Add the same settings. Hug content. And now let's wrap the text items and social icons to horizontal container. Let's start with text items. To do so, select all the text things, then click on this icon and switch to horizontal frame and set center alignment for the text. And do the same for the social icons. Wrap it into the frame, switch to horizontal alignment, and set fill container center alignment. And border radius. And the next step, the last step, is footer text. Two footer text things. So now we have all the email, and let's wrap it to a gray container like our original email. To do so, select all the content, click this icon, add fill color like so, set hug content, some width and space between items. And they create separate container for the bottom text. So this is how it works. Let's try to preview it in the plugin as a real HTML code. I select the frame, then click on the plugin, click on the preview. Let's try to see how it works. Mobile version. So there is some issue with text, so let's fix it. Let's select change different space between items and click on the update. And now everything works well. So let's copy the email code and then use it in real inbox test and see how it works in legacy versions of Outlook. I click on the export section, click copy email code button. Already, let's see how it works. So first, legacy versions of Outlook. As you can see, everything looks fine except border areas. It's a common issue with Outlook. It's fine. All spaces, all the text, all the images, all the alignment and spaces, everything looks perfectly fine. Next, the iPhone. Looks well. So we forgot to add some paddings here. We can add it in the next versions of the email. So, and even in dark mode, everything works perfectly well. All text are readable, and so on. So all the links will be in the description. I hope it will help you to build cool emails. Thank you for watching.